Hey, what's going on? Melissa Kibler here. Have you ever found yourself stuck when it comes to planning or posting on your personal profile, your business profile, kind of feeling like you've run out of things to talk about, or you feel like you're posting the same things over and over and over again? Well, today I'm going to share with you 4 tips that will hopefully help you to plan and schedule your content, your posts more with ease. And hopefully you can take that pressure off, that weight and stress off of those shoulders to help you really show up and be consistent and show people that you are serious about building your business. So welcome, welcome. If you're joining me live today, make sure you say hello. Let me know if you're catching the replay. Again, my name is Melissa Kibler if we're meeting for the first time, and I help entrepreneurs like yourself get on the fast track to success, really helping you to find more people to talk to and build up that list, and really leveraging and automating your time here on social media so you have more time to do the things that you love aside from your business. So welcome, welcome. Let me know again where you're viewing in from, but let's go ahead and get started. So here are my 4 tips for planning and scheduling your content. I know a lot of people, I actually just went live in another community I'm in for a group of students that I teach, but I felt like this was an area that I see come up all the time, and I know a lot of people struggle around what to post on their feed, especially when it comes to your business and building on social media. Because if you are building on social media, we know that we got to show up, we got to put out this awesome content to keep people coming back for more. But most importantly, what that does is it builds up that know, like, and trust factor, especially if you are building up and growing a colder audience and trying to turn that into a warmer and hotter audience so you can get more customers, more team members, and really rev up your results in your business. So welcome, welcome. So I know a lot of people, let me know drop actually number 1, if you are the type of person that tends to post last minute, like you're scrambling to find something to post or go live, just scrambling for a topic to talk about or something to post about. Drop a number 1 if that's you. Drop me number 2 if you feel like you have an effective system in place when it comes to kind of anything around content creation, planning, scheduling, having a system. Drop a number 2 if you feel like you have it pretty much, you have yourself in that respect, kind of everything is together for you. So drop me number 2 if that's you. I'd love to know what you're using and have a conversation around that as well. So I know a lot of people, they choose, for those people that are not posting and scheduling every single day, they have maybe a weekly day that they choose to schedule their whole week in advance or a whole month in advance, or maybe you're striving to get to that point. So I want to show you and share with you some tips that'll hopefully help you to get there. So number 1 is to gather content daily. So I'd love to know, I'm super curious about how many times are you currently scrolling your feed every single day? I know everybody kind of has that average. Is it 1 hour, 2 hours, 3, 4, 6 hours, 8 hours? I know sometimes when I look at my phone and see that screen time, it's shocking sometimes, to see how many hours I've actually physically spent scrolling my feed or on any social media platform. So would it be cool if I share with you some tips to really leverage your time? So if you're already on social media, already scrolling your feed, the minute that you wake up, maybe you're laying in bed right before you go to bed and you still have that phone in your fingertips, and scrolling your feed. I want to share with you some tips that you can really leverage your time, but it's also going to help you with content creation and just general ideas of what to post on your timeline in your feed in respect to your business. So number 1 is to gather daily. Now, what do I mean by that? So as you're scrolling through your feed, have you ever caught some post or Facebook Live, somebody delivering a training that has caught your attention? So what I challenge you to do, or really just start encouraging you to do, is to gather that daily. So gathering every single day, keeping it someplace. Number 2 is actually choosing an organizing system. So once you're gathering that content, you have a place to store it, right? We want to keep things as super simple as possible, but we also have to stay sane and organized in the process as well to be truly efficient with our time, to really leverage the time that we have, right? So gather as things come through. So what I love to do for number 2 is organizing my content, especially if you're scrolling through Facebook. Facebook has a really, really awesome feature that allows you to save posts. It allows you to save videos, but even to go a step further, it allows you to create folders. And that's what I love to use first and foremost to when I gather my content, is to save them in these folders. So with the content that you are gathering daily, you want to make sure that it's relevant to your audience of thinking about your business, thinking about who it is that you're looking to attract for your business. Is it customers? Is it team members? Is, high performance leaders? People that could have an interest in your products. You have to know who it is that you are looking for. You have to know who it is that you want to bring in to lock arms with. So once you know that, then you have an idea of gathering that content around the niche that you're in. So look for that content. And even to be more specific, you can even go and really identify maybe 3 to 4 different people that you follow, sources of inspiration from. Maybe there's a page that you love to get articles from, something that's giving you awesome value. If you have clarity around that, you can get really, really specific. It's going to help you leverage your time even more. So you can dedicate that time every single day. Or like I said, whatever's coming through your feed, you can just gather what's catching your attention and organizing it in those folders on Facebook. Or you can use, keeping it super simple, a basic Microsoft Word document, or I know some people like to use Evernote or Trello or Google, like Google Docs, or even just your desktop folders and organizing your content that way. So here's the cool part. As you're gathering your content daily and as you're organizing that daily, my number 3 tip is to actually time block in time for yourself to reflect on those posts and to actually go a step deeper and to write your content. So you're gonna have to know what time it is that you have available throughout your day or your week, but actually time block that in. So rather than using that time to hunt and find things to post about or to talk about, now that you already have that laid out and organized in a place that you can easily get it and access it, now that you can, time block that other time in your day to actually reflect and write. So what do I mean by that? So, we all know as networkers on social media, you really got to learn how to stand out. So anybody can post an inspirational quote or a motivational quote. Anybody can share an article. Anybody can share a blog post. What's going to set yourself apart? So here's what I'd like you to do for this step 3. When you time block in time to actually write your content, when you go back to those things that you've saved, ask yourself, what was it that stopped the scroll for me? What was, maybe you can go through and you can read that specific blog post or article. What is your biggest aha? What is your biggest takeaway? What was so important to you to save it and want to read it? So this is where you can go a step deeper, and when you can put your own spin and your own, your voice and your interpretation, and whether you turn that back into a Facebook Live or you can turn that back into a written post, the more that you can adapt to those different learning, modalities. I know some people, they're like quite hesitant when it comes to writing it out, like copywriting, but actually writing out physically. Maybe for some people it's easier to do a Facebook Live than to write it out. So just getting into that practice of, writing as you were speaking, or maybe the opposite. Maybe you'd rather write it out than getting on a Facebook Live. So you have to know kind of what you're doing, just making sure that time is super focused and specific. But when you already have your content gathered and organized and you know exactly where to grab it from, it makes it easier to actually go deeper into writing your content and putting your own spin on it to really truly help yourself stand out. So if you're doing that, if you allow yourself to do that and time block that out for yourself throughout the week, step 4 is going to start to be even easier when it comes to planning and scheduling your content out. We all know summers can be crazy. I know my kids are home. We do a lot of day trips. We're traveling a lot, what we can, I know it's still quarantine and we're traveling. But when I'm able to do that throughout the week and put in the work throughout the week, I can choose, a day each weekend, or a day a month, and actually schedule out my content. So you're basically doing the work all week long. And when it comes to that weekend, maybe it's Sunday for you, maybe it's Monday for you. Now you can kind of fine tune some things. You can look at your week as a whole. How would you like your post to be, laid out? Again, it's all visual sometimes, making those posts that are going to pop, right? So fine tuning some things and actually planning, physically scheduling that out. You can use the Facebook scheduler right inside, Facebook to schedule your post. So that way it eliminates that feeling of, oh my goodness, what am I going to post today? To stay consistent and to show up on my page, as that expert or as that person that's serious about building a business. So let me know if you got some value today. Drop #value if you got some value today. I'd also love to know, what was your biggest aha or your takeaway that you can now implement in your business? And like I said, if this is something, an area that you feel pretty good in and that you have a system that's working for you, I'd love to know what's working for you below as well. Share it with us all so we can learn from you. We can all learn from each other. But that's, what I wanted to share with you today. Basically, by thin slicing that down, sometimes taking that larger task and breaking that down into simpler, smaller steps throughout the week will help to create and really cut down that overwhelm and that stress, and still allows you to feel like you're put together. And the most important thing is really focusing on what is the highest quality value that I can give back to my audience. So hopefully, again, this helped you today, and make sure you tune back in as I go live throughout the week, Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturdays too. So make sure that if you're not already subscribed to the page, make sure you like the page and just change those notifications. That way you never miss a tip or training when I go live. So we'll chat soon. Take care. Bye-bye.